Welcome back to another Badger Beat post press conference show here. My name is Colton Bartholomew, UW football beat reporter here for the Wisconsin State Journal, joined by columnist Jim Polzine. And, obviously Wisconsin's on a roll here, four straight wins, now heading to Rutgers this weekend to play the Scarlet Knights. But that wasn't the talk for most of the day. A lot of it was about the transfer situation here at Wisconsin. The Badgers have 7 players in the transfer portal right now that leads the FBS. We talked to players, coaches about it. Jim, what were some of the thoughts that kind of stood out to you?
I asked Paul Christ a question, and he gave a really long answer, and really maybe one of the best answers I've ever heard from him.
Right.
It's clearly, as you said, something that he's given a lot of thought to. The premise is that this is a developmental program at Wisconsin. Now it's easier than ever to transfer. Does that make it more challenging for Wisconsin? And I thought Paul Christ and Jim Leonard both gave good answers on that, on how I don't know if they're going to change much. You need to find the right player in recruiting. Be honest with them up front about, hey, you're going to have to work to get playing time.
Right.
Be honest with them while they're here. Just be upfront with them. And so I don't know if they're going to change all that much. The question I got all last week was, are you alarmed that there's so many transfers? I'm not alarmed, and I'm even less alarmed after talking to Jim Leonard and Paul Christ, because it seems like they have a pretty good handle on the situation.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think this is a reason for concern for this program. I think the fact that they lead the FBS, they have 7 right now. There are 3 other programs with 5 players in the portal. It's going to continue jumping up here in November when guys really kind of see where they're at. And they're 6 weeks away from signing day. I mean, we kind of forget about that because Wisconsin's how well they're playing right now, but it's 6 weeks away from signing day. These guys that are trying to transfer basically have 6 weeks to find a new college home. So they got to get that done. I don't begrudge them for getting this started now. Jim's going to be writing about the program aspect of it, the whole kind of like he was talking about, and you can check madison.com today for a story on players' reactions because, we understand the big picture, but in the micro, these are these guys' friends, and these are these guys' teammates that have been working together throughout, the off season all year. And there's some mixed emotions. There's, respect for what guys want to do and where guys want to go, and that they want to get an opportunity to play. But then there's also some pretty heavy, hey man, like you left us, you quit on us, emotions to it. And I think that's really interesting and fair on both sides. That you can't really argue either way on that one. I think players have to do what's right for them, but then that times is going to sacrifice and hurt the team.
The thing I wondered a little bit last week was when you have players leave during the week, and it happened 2 weeks in a row, is that a distraction within the program? And clearly it's not the right.
No,
They've
right.
played 2 of their best games back to back. They've won at Purdue. They've beaten Iowa, handily here. So it's not distracting them. And I think this program's always been pretty good at just kind of moving forward and focusing on the game at hand and not getting distracted by the outside noise.
For sure. So, talking about this game at hand real quick, Rutgers is not playing very well. I mean, I believe they're 4-4 coming into this week. Wisconsin's 5-3. The thing about Rutgers is after they got Coach Greg Schiano back, it's a tough team, and that's not to say that they won't get blown out here or there. They're not quite there talent-wise with most of the Big Ten right now, but they're tough. They're going to play hard. They're going to play physical. That's just Greg Schiano's identity and how he's always had his teams play. Even in his first run at Rutgers, that's how they rose in prominence during his time there and how he got a shot at the NFL as a coach. So I think you talk about that. This defense is going to have a somewhat tough matchup in the sense that this offensive line is going to play hard, and quarterback Noah Verdal kind of changes the way that you have to defend the run because they run a lot of quarterback design runs and option plays that they've done pretty well against this year, but it just kind of changes the math, changes what a defense has to key on throughout a week.
Yeah, and it's always something different for this defense, and they've crossed pretty much every challenge that they've had, right?
Right.
Every time they have, it's been a little bit different. Going from Army, to Purdue was different. Going back to Iowa's more traditional offense was different. This will be a little bit different. But, I believe in this defense. It just every week it seems to get better. And the thing it's gotten really a lot better at is turnovers. They are forcing turnovers at a rate that Iowa was early in the season, and when everybody was raving about Iowa's defense, Wisconsin's kind of turned to that defense now. It's become a team that is just kind of feeding off others around them and just getting better and better each week.
For sure. So make sure you're at madison.com all week, keeping up with all of our coverage. Basketball is going to start up. Abby Schnabel's holding the camera here for us today, and she's going to have a lot of coverage coming up with basketball. So make sure you sign up at madison.com for all of that, and we will see you after or before the game on Saturday.